The Democratic Republic of Congo is facing a fresh wave of uncertainty in its eastern provinces after the killing of M23 rebel group spokesperson Willy Ngoma in a Congolese army drone strike near Rubaya. The region, which is a key hub for the world's coltan supply, has seen heavy fighting despite ongoing ceasefire efforts mediated by Qatar. With rebels controlling large swathes of North and South Kivu, questions remain about the future of peace, regional diplomacy, and the humanitarian impact on civilians. Well, to unpack some of these issues and developments, we're now joined by political analyst Didier Bayeye. Didier, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Great to talk to you.
Thank you so much, Peter, and good morning to you and to the listeners.
So what do we know about this drone killing of M23 spokesperson Willy Ngoma? What does it mean, do you think?
First of all, there are two main versions out there because I would say the official media in the DRC doesn't really report on such matters when it comes to anybody who's affiliated to M23. They do not comment, they do not report on the news, but other channels and other private channels have reported that Willy Ngoma is normal. And then one of the reasons, the two main reasons behind that is that one of them would be a military targeted drone strike around 2 a.m. of this morning. Okay, it was yesterday, apparently, but there are also some versions, some reports that it could be some misunderstanding amongst themselves, as it seems like at some point Willy Ngoma made a public appearance and commenting against atrocities that M23 was making there in the eastern part of the DRC. So the real version, it's really not confirmed, considering the fact that not even his remain has been shown. However, a lot of messages of condolences, sad messages have been pouring from many people, including some of the leaders of the M23, as well as some medias in Rwanda. So what this could mean that when you say that would this compromise the peace process in the Democratic Republic of Congo, we are not too sure if this will compromise, because this could be, if we assume this is the airstrike from the DRC army, then this could be a strong message which the DRC government is sending to M23 to withdraw from its territories and to continue observing the peace process as it was signed in Doha and also in Washington.
So tell us a little bit more about Willy Ngoma, if you can. He was the spokesperson. How senior was he in the structure of M23? Because taking out a senior figure is quite significant if it does turn out to be true.
Yes, it is quite significant, Peter, because he was very senior. He still kept the title, the army title of colonel, compared to others that are being referred to as general. But he was the spokesperson, constantly known for his appearance, heavily in dressed in heavily military outfit and carrying guns, commanding the troops. He was the lead of the M23 when it comes to the report on the ground. He was one of the first people at the time when the M23 would conquer some territories or localities. The very first senior person would kind of appear to make an announcement before the rest of the group could come to the place. He was very senior, and this is something that will definitely impact on the strength of M23, because if he's gone or he's been eliminated by the airstrike. So this brings an idea that the DRC government is constantly watching their moves and what they are doing, and the other person, another senior person, could be next after this.
So we're seeing the Congolese army using drones in this strike. What does this tell us about perhaps Kinshasa's evolving military strategy, evolving capabilities, maybe even? Does this signal a shift towards technology in dealing with the M23? And I wonder if that might be a difficult thing for M23 to respond to.
Peter, will take us a little bit back, not too far, but just recently last year in December, when the president of the DRC, Felix Tshisekedi, and the president of Rwanda both signed in front of the American president the ceasefire and the peace agreement in the United States. And immediately after that, the DRC signed a strategic partnership with the United States of America. And they signed not only for peace agreement, but also for business, for partnership, for minerals, for so many levels, and also for security. And we also believe that right now, as it is, the DRC government or the DRC army is working hand in hand with American paramilitary branch that's already on the ground. So not that the DRC military is not strong enough to do that, but they have just gotten or received more support, especially in terms of technology. The war has become more technological than physical. So these are the means that the DRC army is also using in fighting the M23. They are targeted drones, precision drones that can strike right on the target. So we believe that's also one of the strategies that the Congolese army is using recently in partnership with the United States of America, that also say that they will ensure that peace reigns in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo because of the strategic partnership they have signed with the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Beyond the military and diplomatic angles, I guess civilians continue to bear the brunt of some of this violence. What's the humanitarian situation on the ground at this time, particularly in North and South Kivu, especially given these incursions?
The humanitarian situation is quite alarming so far. Especially in the city of Rubaya. The city of Rubaya is the city that was occupied for a week or two by the rebel group M23, supported by RDF, the Rwandan army. And then they had to vacate this territory. Only in the city of Uvira, we count about, it is reported about 350,000 people have been displaced. And these people are still fearing the comeback to their usual place of residence due to these atrocities, or they are not fully trusting that this part of the country, this city of Uvira, is entirely now under the control of the DRC forces. So due to this crisis that keeps causing a lot of humanitarian issues, it is paramount for peace to reign, for both parties to respect and obey the peace agreement, so that the civilian will stop paying for the high price. Because reports also suggest that sometimes the M23 will throw some bombs or missiles in densely populated area and blame each other. From the one side, the DRC government would say it's M23. On the other side, M23 would say it's not them. On their side, it is instead the DRC army that's killing innocent civilians. So the civilians are paying quite heavily, and this needs to come to a stop.
Didier, merci pour votre temps. Nous devons finir ici. À bientôt. Always great talking to you. Thanks, my brother.
Merci beaucoup, Pitandoro. À la prochaine.
À la prochaine. That was DRC political analyst Didier Bayeye providing insights into the killing of, alleged killing, because we're not 100% certain about that story, but it does sound like it could be true, because we're seeing senior M23 people offering their condolences to the alleged passing of M23 spokesperson Willy Ngoma, and he was talking also about the evolving situation in eastern Congo.
The safety and well-being of learners